Welcome to a presentation of Asset Process Management with Cumulus 9. Managing the interaction between people and documents. First, a little history about Canto Cumulus. In the 90s, Cumulus was used for archiving images for desktop publishing, so Mac only, single user, and mainly managing scanned photos. Slowly, it grew into a network version, multi-user, multi-platform, also available for Windows and Unix. It was also able to manage, after a while, different types of documents like Quark files, Photoshop, Illustrator, etc. In the Nillies, Cumulus was used for managing, sharing and archiving digital documents, because at that point the digital photos, the digital cameras came out, and also new types of documents like InDesign and MS Office became the standard for Office documents. PDF became the standard for read-only documents, and JPEG was a very popular format on the web. Slowly, companies started to publish their assets to the web. In the last few years, because of the enormous growth of the number of documents to manage, automating the backend was key. So Canto acquired Roboflow that enables you to import and export files and metadata from and to Cumulus. More and more companies also wanted to be able to work in the web, manage their assets and metadata in a website, so the web client was more often used. Also, versioning was becoming more popular, using the Vault. And of course, the social media like Twitter and Facebook were now a key feature inside the web solution called Sites. One of the major challenges in the last years is how to handle videos, how to be able to stream videos, how to be able to catalog or convert and download videos. So what's actually next? What is the focus, or what is important for the next few years in digital asset management? Well, it's more going to be asset process management, management of the interaction between these assets and the users. If you look at the asset process, you will see that before it becomes a static item in one of your catalogs, there's always a huge process that went before it. So you have briefing, creation, delivery, selection, approval. If you have marketing materials, technical data sheets, packaging, product sheets, commercials, manuals, catalogs, contracts, reports, publications, even web pages, all these types of assets require a process, an interaction of people from different departments inside your company or even outside your company. Let's look at an example of what it takes to create a product sheet for a new product. Let's say the product manager contacts engineering, and engineering provides him with the technical specifications of the product. Then the product manager looks for photos to use in the product sheet about the new product, and probably has to ask a photographer to take new pictures, which the photographer sends back to the product manager. And then the product manager might need text for this product sheet, so he asks a copywriter to provide him with this text. And once the copy is provided, the product manager can contact the designer to create this new design, which then is back provided to the product manager. And finally it goes to print or other media. As you can see, all these steps just for one document. Let's zoom in on just the interaction between those three people: the product manager, the copywriter and the designer. In these 3 steps, we recognize again these different asset process steps: briefing about what to do, selection of images, delivery of the content created, the creation itself, and the product manager approving it. Let's have a look on these steps using standard Cumulus. Let's start with the project manager. Remember that the project manager, before he starts in this step, has already created a briefing. He has already selected images. So he can start with going to sites, and in sites he will upload the briefing he created. So he can just drag and drop the briefing in and upload the briefing inside Cumulus. The upload procedure, when finished, you can click here and the user can directly access what he has uploaded. He adds it to the basket together with the previously received technical description from engineering. These are the 2 documents that he's now going to mail with the mail collection to the copywriter, Martin, whom he asks to create the copy. He can keep track of his collections in the My Collections section. So now he needs to send an upload collection, because Martin has to provide a file and we want Martin to do that right inside Cumulus. So he creates a send upload link collection. Again, this upload collection is also available in this user's collection, so at any point he can check if the user provided the necessary files. The next person in line is the copywriter, who receives 2 emails, and the first email describes what is required from him, and he can click on the pin collection and get right access into sites, and he can download both files and create the copy. Once he created the copy, he goes back to his mail and can click on the upload link. In the upload link, he just drags and drops the copy inside and uploads the file into Cumulus. At this point, he can open the file, make any remarks. Maybe this process needs to repeat himself a couple of times before he gets the final copy. Remember, this repetition means every time the user has to communicate via email, for instance, to the copywriter what changes he needs. Now we come to the designer. From the upload catalog, the product manager picks up the file and puts it in the basket. He also searches for other documents that he wants to provide to the designer, which could be an InDesign template or a style guide, but in this case at least the briefing and the images that were previously selected and or provided. He puts them all in the basket and mails it to Michael, the designer. So Michael receives a collection, an email requesting him to create an InDesign design for this product sheet. The product manager also creates an upload link for him and mails it to Michael, so that Michael can provide him with the InDesign file. The user, the product manager, can monitor the upload collection if needed for this, if he wants to see if the designer already provided the file. So now we look at the designer's job. He received 2 emails, opens the first mail, downloads the document, reads the briefing, uses the text, maybe uses an InDesign template, and performs his task, creates a new design. Then he goes back to his mail, goes to the upload collection, and uploads the design that he just created, which is then for the product manager available in the upload collection. As you can see in these steps, you can very easily use the Cumulus native functionalities to help you centralize everything from one interface with an easy mail communication and a very simple file delivery. All assets are nicely centralized to Cumulus. So this was an example of how you can optimize your workflow, optimize your communication between the different persons concerned in this workflow. If you want to see how you can do this even better, check out part 2 of this presentation in the second movie.